NASCAR is an interesting sport. Anywhere else, driving inches apart while swerving through traffic is the quickest way to find yourself in trouble with the law. If you saw that on the road, you'd say to yourself, what an idiot. Where did he learn driving etiquette? Well, what exactly is driving etiquette when you're strapped to 200-mile-an-hour rockets? Let's see.
And there's the gap between 1 and 2. Kyle Busch. And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track.
Slide job.
Trying to take the lead away.
Slide job. Almost.
The momentum. The 18. They make contact. The 18 into the wall. They're side by side again. Going into 3 for the lead. Larson has the advantage. Here comes the 18. He puts the bumper to the back of him. The 18 into the wall. The 42 sideways.
Where's Harvick?
Here comes the 18. Kyle Busch will win.
Wow.
Now, to anyone who hasn't watched very much racing, it looks like the 18 just wrecked the shit out of the 42. Now, the 42 is Kyle Larson. He has a reputation of being very aggressive. And when he puts the 18 in the wall, the 18 has a right to retaliate. This is a perfect example of racing etiquette, and what we are going to get into in today's complete incomplete history of wrecks, retaliation, and reputations.
Keselowski turns the 1.
How about that?
And this is going to get interesting. Team Cup Series champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TED Talk. Now, you may be wondering, how is it possible to keep a clean reputation? Well, there's a few different factors, and all of them are super contingent on the fans watching the sport. Now, factor number 1, you have to keep your nose clean. But factor number 2, you also have to win. If you don't win, you can be the cleanest driver ever, but nobody's really going to notice you. People like Todd Gilliland and Zane Smith, who are still early in their careers, fall into this category. Now, if you want to talk about people who do win and have a good record, the Christophers come to mind. Christopher Bell and Christopher Buescher have both won their fair share of races, but also really done a good job to not really wreck or make anybody else mad at them. You see, driving clean in and of itself is a skill, but it's also a discipline. I mean, what would you do if a win and a paycheck was right in front of you? I mean, Tony Stewart, he said he would wreck his mom.
I'll wreck my mom to win a championship. I'll wreck your mom to win a championship.
Now, even the cleanest drivers are entitled to a few mistakes here and there, as long as they are true accidents. For example, Christopher Bell spinning out Kyle Busch at Circuit of the Americas. He got an earful, but he really didn't mean to do that. Now let's look over at our good friend Kyle Larson. Remember earlier how I said he has a tendency to make mistakes and be aggressive? Well, Kyle Larson is a generational talent. He can jump in just about anything and make it go fast. Heck, he's even trying to qualify for the Indy 500 this year. Now, being aggressive and making anything go fast can also lead to some mistakes.
5 into the water.
That's a big impact. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Oh, around goes a 5. He slides it into the water.
Now, even the cleanest drivers have to have some sort of outlet.
What a nightmare.
Some of the cleanest drivers in the sport, Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney, let their frustrations go over the radio.
You didn't tell me you put scuffs on, so I didn't know what the was wrong, okay? I'll be proud of himself. Just keep me updated on the 5.
Now let's shift from talking about aggressive on the radio to just aggressive on the racetrack.
You know, that's Ross Chastain. He has a reputation of, I don't give a crap, I don't take any crap, I am not in the crap business.
Truex back to the bottom.
Oh! The 11 sideways. Can he hang on to it? They wreck.
Chastain just up the racetrack into the back, into the quarter panel of Hamlin.
So this is the frustration I think drivers have with Ross Chastain. When you interview him, he talks about how he's going to try to do it differently and race differently, and then here we are.
I'm with you, Steve. You got a gas pedal in there. Chastain is going to have to make a decision on what does he want to do. You're going to have to lift. I mean, you got to lift and get off of the guy, no matter who it is. And he's going to have to clean these things up. He's a professional race car driver. He's a winner.
Guess that's something he's been known to do here recently. Probably needs to get his butt whooped.
But there's another driver who early in their career really reminds me of Ross Chastain.
He turns it. No, no. Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car. No. Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh, Brad Keselowski won this race.
Carl Edwards' car destroyed, and Junior's protege, Keselowski, the winner.
Before Brad Keselowski was a veteran car owner and a lovable underdog, he made a name for himself in the Xfinity and the Cup Series as a very aggressive race car driver. When he sends Carl Edwards flying through the air, he didn't mean to wreck him, but it definitely wasn't an accident. See, Brad was not going to go below the double yellow line. That would risk a penalty and not winning the race. He didn't mean to flip Edwards. It just happened. Well, Edwards ended up paying him back.
Guys, you saw it right there. Those white gloves, they made a turn to the right.
Brad Keselowski has climbed out of his Penske Dodge.
Now, after Carl tried to send Brad to Jesus, they had a very long rivalry in the Xfinity Series. More on that later. But Brad didn't stop his aggressive ways.
Kyle Busch is an ass.
Tries to get the lead from Kyle. Contact in the S's.
It flies, got
A bit. They were having some contact at the end of the race.
The cars stack up at the entrance to the pit road. That's the hit Matt Kenseth was talking about. And while doing that, Keselowski runs into the back of Tony Stewart. So then this. Are some tempers. Contact Gordon and Keselowski.
Does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4. Caution is out.
Come off the corner, the car got light exactly like I was talking about. Man, it went over too. I was right.
There's no denying Brad is a talented race car driver. He won his first and so far only championship at a very young age in his career. But that doesn't mean he didn't need lessons from some of the older guys.
More. That's Matt Kenseth.
Harvick, the closer. Where did he come from?
And out of nowhere, I just got slammed with the tube, and it cut my left rear tire. And he's just a dipshit.
Now, you might think that Brad Keselowski is one of the most hated drivers of his generation by everything I've showed you. Well, I think Brad Keselowski might have told you who the hated driver of his generation was.
Kyle Busch is an ass.
What was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Kyle Busch is the most hated race car driver of his generation, if not in all of NASCAR history. People don't like his attitude, people don't like how he races, and people don't like that he wins a lot.
If you love you some Rowdy, let me hear you go. Boom.
That's my man right there.
Kyle Busch's reputation was forfeit after his nasty divorce with his first team, Hendrick Motorsports.
I'm still not a very big fan of these things. I can't stand to drive when they suck.
But it got even worse when he wrecked his replacement and the most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
It's tight off turn 2. He's got him. I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No!
Oh, he turned him. No!
I mean, this is redneck Jesus. This is a man who once drove a car with no steering wheel. You don't wreck Dale Jr. and get away with it.
I just tell you something. That ain't going to go over too good right there.
No, it's not.
It's often said that the crowd is louder than the cars when Dale Jr. is leading the race.
Flag. Next flag ends the race.
Well, the same can be said while Kyle Busch is losing a race.
But Eric Jones at the start of this field, he won it in 2019. The fans are going crazy. They are. You either love or hate Kyle Busch as a fan, and the ones that don't like him are expressing their pleasure.
He's so polarizing, and right now you're hearing it out of the crowd here.
Add to that his antics on the radio. And his prodigious talent for winning both in the Cup and Xfinity Series in the most obnoxious ways possible. And you have maybe the worst reputation in the garage.
And all in one direction.
Back here, and we're going to have a little talk. And there goes his car.
They're still.
Wait a minute. Did you think I was done with Kyle Busch incident?
Oh boy. And Kyle Busch is going to turn on.
You can tell Kyle's furious. Ross is just going to take it. And
I think he's done.
I tell you what.
It won't turn no more. I'm just going to walk off.
Well, I don't like that at all.
Just not sure. You know, the value. Oh,
he's got the window pushing the pace car.
You don't need to get caught up until that now.
His tires are all up, so
there he goes.
Busch involved in this one, and that's rather interesting appearing.
and that's exactly what happened.
Around, watch this, under the caution. 9 is trying to repay it. Marty.
Okay, I think I've teased you guys long enough. Let's take a timeout and talk about the Xfinity Series.
If he's not out of gas, Austin Dillon's running third, 5 seconds back. Does he have enough gas? Suarez on the apron. Here comes Dillon off of turn 2. Look at Suarez. Kyle's going to try to make it with a flat tire. Can he do it? Busch back in front of him. This is outstanding on the final lap. And Austin Dillon is into 3. He's going to coming fast. Dillon's going to get the lead. Here comes Austin Dillon. Where does he stand on He goes to the outside. Dillon outside of Kyle Busch into the wall. There's contact. Back to the checkered flag. Unbelievable. Austin Dillon wins it.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is a proving ground for the NASCAR Cup Series, just like the Truck Series is a proving ground for the Xfinity Series. But there's no set path. You could skip one way or the other. For example, our good friend Carson Hocevar went from Trucks immediately to Cup. Contrarily, our friend Ty Gibbs, he went from Xfinity straight to Cup. The tagline for the Xfinity Series is "Names are made here." Let's see what kind of names these guys made for themselves.
18 years old. He's going to win in his first career start. Here's Ty Gibbs, a victor at Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, try to get $100,000. Oh wow,
that was for $100,000 right there, for sure.
Coleman talked about the fact they've been racing each other for a long time. Oh, and there's a punt. Ty Gibbs going after Sam Mayer, and we've got a fight at Martinsville.
Watch the 54 here, moving through.
Oh, Ryan Sieg, hang on to it into the wall. Back with Creed in the mix, and there's contact. Gibbs into Gregson, who's in the grass. All of this happening with 7 to go in stage.
Firing down into the braking zone. Here comes Ty Gibbs, side by side. There's going to be contact. Both cars go spinning. Both cars are spinning out. It's going to be hard to swallow for the driver of the 19. Let's take a look, guys. Yeah, they get down into the braking zone, and he just right into the back of the 19. No chance for Brandon.
The crowd responding. Marty. The blues raining down from the fans in Martinsville. Ty Gibbs with the win. But
Okay, so Ty Gibbs had a rough time. Let's see how Carson Hocevar did.
They touch. Nick Sanchez gets sideways. He wrecks. The 38 Zane Smith goes around.
yeah, and Carson Hocevar will be our winner. To each other right now.
Oh, and he spins him. Carson Hocevar gets into the back of Coreyheim and brings out the caution. On the exit of turn 2.
Hocevar wrecked himself. Oh, Hocevar stopped on the racetrack. That will bring out the caution.
He took the time, got into Hocevar a little bit right there, and then Hocevar back a Priest.
Chastain's got to try to keep up. His truck's loose. It's not there. Here's the outside lane. Oh, they're
Contact
both
between Hocevar and Priest.
All you kids watching right now, wanting to get to this level, don't do that.
Okay, but they calmed down when they got to the Cup Series, right?
Looks like Ty Gibbs again. A little bit of help. This time it was Carson Hocevar.
Right here, Ty Gibbs. Where is Ty going? I mean, Ty's in the middle of the lane. He needs to be up much higher.
Oh boy, Ty just ran into Denny Hamlin. That's one guy you don't want to mess with.
This is Osaka. Who's your favorite driver?
Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin is a veteran of the sport. In fact, for a long time, he wasn't even a bad guy. But all that changed when he messed with royalty. You see, after Dale Jr. retired, Chase Elliott took up the most popular driver mantle. And one night at Martinsville, Denny Hamlin figured it out the hard way.
Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the backstretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead.
You can hear the crowd.
And since that day, he's spent every day since making it worse and worse.
Briscoe to the outside, but he's going to be offline. No, Briscoe's in the grass. Now it's a battle for the lead with Hamlin and Allmendinger. Briscoe will come back onto the grass.
7, Briscoe right on his tail. We'll have to see how NASCAR.
Stop and go. 14 has a
Stop and go for the 14 car. He is not racing for the win. Oh, he's going to spin Denny. Denny is spun out. How about that?
And this is going to get interesting.
Oh, boy.
Denny Hamlin not happy with the way Bowman raced him.
Hard, Denny. Be hard. Big picture here. Big picture.
Everybody likes a winner, right? So it's can't thank this whole FedEx team enough. Just, you know, they really kicked ass this whole first round. Just amazing.
So are these fans motivation for you? There's a lot of boos out there.
Hey, I beat your favorite driver.
And who would that be?
All of them.
Now, super quick, I just want to interject. Remember how I was talking about NASCAR etiquette earlier? Well, there's one specific move that in today's NASCAR is really frowned upon, and it is aggressively sliding up the track and bumping somebody into the wall. It got Kyle Larson hate crimed.
Bubba Wallace, and he comes back across the track.
It got Ross Chastain to punch Noah Gragson in the face. It's just a move that NASCAR drivers don't like. Well, Denny Hamlin is the worst offender of it.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain. Oh!
The inside of Chase gets loose. You see him lift out of the gas and flames. Crowded Chase got into him. They saw some retaliation there.
Comes Denny Hamlin to the inside for the lead through 1.
He runs. And to hold him at bay so he doesn't get clear.
Denny ran him up the racetrack a little bit.
A little bit up the racetrack. You can watch the fire out of the pipes. He's off the gas trying to stay off the side of the 24 car, but still, Byron hits the fence, and he feels like that was Denny's responsibility.
With Denny's unapologetic attitude, it's easy to see why fans don't like him. But wait a minute, why is he spinning through the grass?
Looks like there's some contact.
Oh, the 24 of Byron.
Wait, you're telling me...
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Willie B, the introverted child. Let's hash it out from Texas 2022 playoff race. From his younger days, turned into Hulk and says, "I'm going to get this guy," and spins me out under caution. He was bad. I don't think I've ever seen you retaliate.
Each other to the 18 did up. 18 put a bumper us because we were going in. We're good. I see that 18 come back around here without you knocking the out of him. We're gonna have a problem. Push that nose in pretty good. Yeah.
I think when I got to you under caution, I definitely meant to send a message. But when you went spinning through the infield, I was like, oh, that's not good.
Willie's a good dude, though. He's a great guy. So I think that deal will be fine.
He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Sweetest kid.
I think that's a different situation.
The greatest thing, legitimately, I can tell you, is that every person that's addressed that has said the nicest things about you. So don't feel any pressure.
Okay.
That you are like the sweetest person in the garage.
Just don't screw it up.
Keselowski turns the one.
Byron.
Yeah.
Looking back across the making of this video, I feel like I've said, this guy's a great driver every time when I try to introduce him. Let's look at somebody who's not a very good driver.
Which driver causes the most crashes?
Which driver causes the most crashes? It's got to be Recky Spinhouse, right?
Oh, no. Is that what y'all are calling him?
I mean, that's been around for a few years.
Trouble back straight away. Around goes the 47 on the very first lap, Ricky Stenhouse.
That takes off, but, you know, he's in quite a few of them, maybe?
Holy cow.
Okay, let's get back to some good racing. William! Oh my gosh, dude. You're making me look bad. Well, it's okay. Joey's car doesn't look too beat up. I'm sure he can still race.
Good to go.
Doing the same thing down here. Running outside, picking him up. Got to the gas a lot sooner, Bill.
Now 24 car, let's go.
It's the last lap.
Oh,
He is. Oh, into the wall.
Logano goes by.
Wow.
White flag. One lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Wow.
So we know that Kyle Busch has one of the worst reputations in the garage based on his attitude and his antics. But if you want to know who has the worst reputation for just being a dirty driver, it's Chick Hicks. It's Chick Hicks. But if you want to know who has the second worst reputation for being a dirty driver, that would be Joey Logano. Joey Logano once punted Mark Martin out of the way at Pocono, just because he didn't want to race it. He also punted Kyle Busch at Las Vegas for a third. Basically, if you see Joey Logano in your rearview mirror, he's not driving to you, he's driving through you. And of every driver that we've discussed in this video so far, Joey Logano has had issues with it.
Every last one.
Listen.
I hate Joey Logano, man. Track back. They're pulling away from me. Okay, they get no help from me then. They're in the race.
Flag one more time around. Martin Truex Jr. on the inside, looking for his first short track win, as well as a trip to Miami to try to defend his championship. The 2017 champion, will he get the bumper? Yes, he does. Here comes Logano. Logano on the inside, a drag race, they're sideways, and it's going to be Logano getting the win.
You have done the same to him in the same position?
I was next to him for 6 laps. I never knocked him out of the way. We were going to race hard for it in my book, and you know, I cleared him fair and square. We weren't even banging doors for me to pass him. He just drove to the back of me, knocked me out of the way.
And boy, Tony Stewart is after Logano.
What angered you at the end of the race? What did you take issue with?
What the hell do you think I was mad about? Dumb little runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else, and he's the one that drives like a little. I'm gonna bust his ass.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Just got wrecked for no reason. Just dumb racing. Just dumb moves being thrown out there. Guys that don't know what they're doing, so they throw crazy ass blocks, and it's just ridiculous. We shouldn't be wrecking all these cars. I'm not Tony Stewart. I'm not as smart as he is. He can say it a lot better than I could, but this is just dumb. We had a good race car. Moneyline Ford was capable of winning the race, led a lot of the race. We're in position to finish it off, and we got destroyed for no reason. So,
does it surprise you, Brad, that that's the type of racing already?
Yeah, I mean, you'd think these guys would be smarter than that. Look, we all cause wrecks. I get in wrecks all the time, I cause them, but the same one over and over again. It's the same thing. Somebody throws a stupid block that's never going to work, wrecks half the field, and then goes,
Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good going down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22.
Away 54 trying to get in this hole right here. Joey. Wow. Joey Logano just got in the back of the 54. Oh, Busch, he's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch! They touch, and here comes Kyle! Logano in the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch.
His car, watch the back of the car. I mean, the whole car just came up off the ground. And I don't see any safer barrier in that area right now. But Darrell Center here for Freeman. We have not received an update yet. As soon as we get any information, report to you regarding Denny Hamlin.
Hey, stop! 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 Hey, stop!
Break him down here in the braking zone.
Right, 20 left, one on your right now. Middle.
A lot of.
I was
side by side. That's a very narrow part of the racetrack through 5 and 6. Logano jumps the curves and ends up getting contact with Haley. Pushes Haley out of in the grass, and now Haley's just along for the ride. Watch as he hits these tire barriers. Those things are great when you hit them.
Look out more intense. Oh, contact the 22 into the back of his teammate, Ryan Blaney.
But remember that yellow blur that came to teach Brad Keselowski a lesson? Yeah. He taught Joey Logano a bigger one.
Cleared by Logano.